going to show you what I've used to create it. So I've started off with the Lavinia Stamps, which are Red Pine Small, which is Lavinia 592, the Fir Tree one, which is Lavinia 094, Toad Lodge, which is Lavinia 686, and Christmas Night, which is Lavinia 082. I've then used some sprays for the background, which I'll show you how I've created, and I use the Distress Spray Stain Mermaid Lagoon, and then I've used one of the Lindy stamp sprays, Moonshadow Mist, which is Golden Doubloons, and another Moonshadow Mist, which is Silhouette Silver. I've used some PanPastels. So I've used Hansa Yellow Tint, Titanium White, Neutral Grey, Violet Shade, Hansa Yellow Extra Dark, and Orange Shade. And I've used some Distress inks, Chipped Sapphire and Weathered Wood. They could be oxides, it's not a problem. And also the Black Soot, that again could also be an oxide. And I've used the Art Glitter Dries Clear adhesive to glue the card together at the end. I've used a white Jelly Roll pen, a blending tool for the black ink, a brush, soft bristle brush from my stash for the Distress inks. I'm literally running out of my cards, so the Multifarious smooth card in these were A4 size. The soft blend tools for the PanPastels, and then I also used from my stash the Mask It by Woodware to create a mask, self-made mask for my moon. All that is explained in the video. Hope you enjoy. Right, I've got an old box that I literally just spray inks in. So this is just copy paper at the bottom to protect the box a little bit. And it literally is just a pizza box that I've had some delivery in at some time. But because it's the way that it is, it keeps the paints quite good. So I've literally just taken a random size piece of Multifarious card because I'm going to cut this down. And to be honest, I'm getting a bit low on my Multifarious card, so I am literally just using what I have. Hence the reason why there's little bits of paint already showing on this, but that isn't a problem. So I'm going to start off with spraying some water. I've explained before, my water bottle is ancient and the plastic's gone discoloured, but it is only water. And I'm going to shake up this Distress Spray Stain, which is Mermaid Lagoon. These particular sprays are really good, and unfortunately I only have a few in well, might only even have this one in my stash, I'm not sure. But so I'll have to use what I've got in my stash, which, like I say, isn't a lot. Now I do have some of these Lindys, and this one's Moonshadow Mist. These do need quite a good shake. And they're not quite as intense. But it's what I have, like I say. Now I also have one Moonshadow Mist. So we'll see what we get. that's fine. And then we have Starburst. Might just see what that one is. I'm only doing the top of the card with the colours to this the thingy, the brighter colours, to be honest. And I'm trying to keep this bit a little bit less coloured. Doesn't matter if sun gets on. Now, because I'm running out of the cardstock, I'm just going to place some cardstock I have in my stash on the top. Normally it would be Multifarious, but like I said, I'm running very, very low on my Multifarious cardstock. I need to get some more. And peel that away. Now my cardstock that I'm using is quite a good cardstock, so I'm hoping I can get a second print out of that. And that is the first print on the Multifarious. And as you can see, this then can just be closed away and used again when I want to do my next session. So I shall just leave those two to dry. Right, I have actually trimmed down the dried card down to 4 3/4 inches by 6 3/4 inches. And like I said, I was leaving this bottom bit not as well sprayed. Didn't mind that little bits got on it. Now, in my stash, I have this plastic with a plastic backing that the plastic actually, you throw that away, and this sticks. This is sticky. And I'm going to place this. You could use one of, you could use, I got the size, I drew round the acetate circle mass from Lavinia, the middle size one. You could even use the middle section, but you'd really have to hold it. And I just had this in my stash and I thought I'd give this a go. So this is, like I said, I've had it in my stash a long time. It's called Mask It and it's by Woodware. And you literally just cut out what you need. So I'm then going to go over this just to bring up a little bit more colour into the sky with some weathered wood distress ink, blending it in, because this is going to be another winter Christmas themed card, and in our country that means dark nights and cold. Not always snow, I must admit. We don't always have snow. It's nice if we get snow because we have it that little. It's actually a magical feeling that it brings, but we don't always have it. So I'm just literally going over the previous sprayed blues, and as you can see, it's starting to darken it. Now here I want this section still keeping quite light because I want the moon effect for the rest of what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to come in with the chip sapphire, and because it's only a distress ink, I can use the same brush. Distress inks like their own colour scheme. They're not keen on changing from one brush colour to another. This can of course be an oxide. It isn't a problem. And as you can see, that's really darkened it up. So I'm just going to come down a little bit further without any more ink on my brush. Just on that section there, just so it's not quite so stark, but you're still getting that effect. And I'll just clean up my mat. Right, so I've got that to where I'm still keeping my mask on just for the minute. It doesn't really matter, you could take it off. And as you can see, it's darkened these edges and left this a bit lighter. Now I'm getting the acetate for the Toad Lodge, the Fir Tree one, and the Christmas Night. And the reason for this is I want to roughly place at least some of the images where I'm wanting them to go. It doesn't matter that they will be taken away again, or that I'm not putting the stamp straight on. But I just want to roughly know where I'm going to place my stamps, just so that I have an idea. And that, whoops, the great thing about this is you can alter then where things are going to be. So yeah, I think quite like that. So my Santa is going to be roughly there, and he's the one I'm going to stamp first, I think. So bringing my stamp press in, stamping platform in, which, as you know, I always say that wrong, and keeping him roughly where I wanted him. Try and keep your paper straight if you can. So I'm going to put that there and that there for now, because I'm going to have to now just move my stamps from underneath and my acetates. And I'm going to bring in the actual Christmas Night stamp, and I'm going to layer it over the top of my acetate and collect it on the top. You've seen me do this many a time before. And I'm going to colour him in the Versafine Nocturne. So lots of light taps. So that the stamp is well inked. And remember to move your acetate, or else you'll stamp on top of your acetate. You don't really want to be doing that. And press down. There's not a lot of ink underneath here, so it hopefully might stamp quite well, but you never actually know with these things, so hold it for a little while. And as you can see, it's not stamped very well in the middle. So this is what I love about the stamping platform. You know you're going to be in exactly the right place when you go back. Press down on the middle where the reindeer were and see if that's helped. That has. I'm just going to move that magnet in case that's just causing a bit of a problem as well. Now it's the reindeer nearest to Santa, so I'll link that up a little bit more, and the bottom of Santa's legs, and see if that helps. Right, not too bothered. It actually looks like it's he's got a bit of snow on him actually. excuse my phone. But what we can do is we can go over with a black crayon to make it back to being black anyway. So now we'll clean up the stamp, because we've finished with that for now. So again, taking your Toad Lodge, which you'll stamp that way, so yeah. I'm going to get him that it's roughly there. I might have actually been better to doing the Toad Lodge first, but I'm hoping it won't matter too much. We shall soon find out. So again, remove the acetate, but make sure you don't move the card underneath. Light taps again. And press down. I'm of course using the Tim Holtz stamp platform. Patty sells the Misty. I just happen to have this one in my stash. Now, even though that had more of the inks and things on, that is actually stamped. Really nice. So it just goes to show you just don't know. And I would have thought that would have stamped worse. But this is, again, like I say, why I like the stamping platform. Because you can just play about a lot more. Now then, I've forgotten to get I've made a mask, my own mask. This is a post-it note. You've probably seen me use them before. This is a post-it note where basically, we call them post-it notes, and it basically has a strip of adhesive on one side. So, lining my mask up with on top. Mine would have been better with a bit more adhesive on this edge, but I've only got little ones, and it's hard work for me to do. But you could use, if you've got some removable glue that you can stick something down and then remove it, you could use that, absolutely. So I'm going to now place the acetate one again, and I'm going to see, I'm slightly higher in it to where my other one was. If you can see, the end of that one is there. Let me make sure that, yeah. So the end of that one is there, and I've just put this one slightly higher. Gives that illusion of depth and everything else as well. So again, take your stamp and place it so it's roughly on top of your acetate. The acetate sheet that goes with the stamp. Again, remove the acetate, and again, light taps. I'm hoping this one will stamp as nicely as the last one did. But the good thing is, like I said, with the stamping platform, you can at least go back if it doesn't. And yeah, that one's done quite well as well. Quite pleased with that. Right, now then, I can remove that. and I just put them onto a piece of, as you can see, the corner of the stamp, the second toad lodge is stamped onto that. That's not a problem, just keep that, you can reuse it, doesn't matter. So now I'm going to just get this mask that I put on, hoping that it hasn't stuck, because it's not supposed to do. Seems to be a little bit taking the paper off in places, but it's the moon, so I can get around that. So as you can see, you've got a moon shape there. So this time I'm going to stamp something here now. So I'll just clean my toad lodge stamp again. Some people don't clean the stamps. I tend to do so, to be honest. And I tend to put it back on its acetate as well. That way then you don't lose things. A bit harder when I'm trying to do the video sometimes, but right. On this side, I definitely want a tree. And having said that, I've just put my toad lodge back on there, but I don't even know if I want another one on this side. Do you think I do? Yes, I do. So that Santa Claus is not just delivering to a couple of houses, he's delivering to a nice road. So I'll just use the one magnet for that, and I'll bring in my toad lodge again. And I will collect it on the lid, as we do. Remove the acetate. Stamp, put ink on the stamp. I'll just make sure that that's been taken away, that little bit of excess ink on the top. Shouldn't have gone on anywhere because the stamp's lower than that, but just to make sure, hold it for a couple of seconds. It's in a different place, so I don't quite know how it'll be. And not too bad. Right, that'll do. So remove the stamp again, and I'm going to bring in my mask again, my toad lodge mask. And this time I am going to use the fir tree, which I have to see which way, not that it really matters for a fir tree. And I think I want, yeah, I want him to look like it's behind. And I want a little bit of it to be in the moon as well. So I've made the base of it. Don't come in for you. I've made the base of it higher than the stone effect on the lodge. Try and straighten that up, actually it's not very straight. And again, put your stamp over the top. I'm trying to keep you in in view and also have enough room on my desk, which is proving to be a little bit hard work. So I'll try and get rid of some stuff. Because I make sure that the card doesn't move. I can't really get you both in shot here, so I've just stamping, as you saw me stamp all the others, light taps onto the stamp, because if I try and get that in shot, you'll just, well, it's just too far away because I'm that far over on this side of my platform. When it's open, it's right over there and it just is out of shot. But you've seen me do that quite a few times now, and it literally, I've done no more different steps. Lightly patted on the top with the Versafine Clair ink. Now that has brought my mask with it when I've picked it up, because I haven't got a lot of glue on, like I said. So I'm just going to pick that back up, re-stick it down, and I'm just going to ink the middle section that is missing. If it doesn't work, then I'll just get a fine liner pen and go over it again. Yeah, it hasn't done, so that's not a problem. Right, so again, I put my mould, me self-made mask on the acetate sheet, and there we've got the beginning of the scene. So I'll just show you. And that, I think, is coming along okay. Now then, I want some more stamps, and I think I'm going to use right, I think my camera hadn't recorded that, so I'm going to have to do it again. So I'm placing the red pine small acetate down because I want a bit of a different looking tree, and I think I'm going to actually have it that it's a little bit going off the scene, just for a bit of a different look. This keeps making my card move and I don't know why. Probably need more magnets, but I haven't got any, so again, just repeat the steps. It's a little bit infuriating, but it's one of those things. Right, try again. Right, yeah, that's better. Remove your acetate from on top of your stamp. Sometimes they stick to the stamp, sometimes they stick to the... I'm awfully sorry if you can hear my dog. My 13-year-old dog's decided to come in the room and investigate what I'm doing. Right, now I don't want the bottom branches showing because I don't want them to be looking like they're coming out of Santa's head. So just take it a little bit higher up and wipe that off. And the good thing about the platforms is you can see where you need to do this. So I'm literally just wiping it off. Yeah, that's fine. And hold it down. And there we have. I've got that line, but I can go over that after with some of the colourings that I'm going to finish off with. So again, that won't be a problem. So that's the pine, the red pine. Now I am going to bring in the fir tree again. So again, and because that would stamp over the Toad Lodge, I'm going to again use my self-made mask. And this time I'm going to have the tree. The fir tree. So again, take your fir tree and why are you not? Because for some reason or other it stuck to a piece of acetate. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? That was stuck to my acetate mask for me. Right, make sure that that's not moved, which it has. So again, place it down, place your tree over the top. Remove the acetate for the tree, light taps on the tree. Down. So you've got the effect of a tree that's longer and at the back, and then when you again remove your mask, he looks like the trees at the back of the lodge. So I shall just bring that closer for you to hopefully see. Oops. Gives the illusion of depth when it's all on a flat piece of card. And I think that will do for the first video. I shall do the second part in another one of just finishing off colouring and colouring the little bits of black on the bits of white that are showing, and finish it off like that. So all for now. Bye.